Hey everyone, we're here with Tony Carbone. He is a top 10 finalist of Gordon Ramsay's Master Chef, and he owns and operates the Urban Epicurean. And today we're making a risotto and then some arancini. So let's get started.
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our burner going.
Awesome.
And we're gonna get this on a nice medium heat. And then we're gonna melt about 3 tablespoons of butter. We'll just give that a minute. Risotto is a great dish. I don't know how many times you've had it before, but it's a lot of people say, oh, risotto, that must be hard, that must be special. And it's kind of like the Michael Jackson song PYT, you know, it needs a lot, it needs TLC, it needs tender loving care.
Yeah.
And you do that and it'll come out perfectly. It needs to be shown attention, you have to stir. And I mean, this is great because you can do it anywhere. You can do it, all you need is one burner and you're ready to roll, and people adore you for it. You know, you make a girl risotto, she'll be like, oh my God, he made me risotto. And not assuming that all girls sound like a 40-year-old Brooklyn woman, but. And now we got our butter melted, and we have our I diced 1 white onion in here.
Great.
And we're gonna sit them, let them soften up and get translucent, probably about 9 or 10 minutes.
Great.
And we'll just let that sit over medium heat. And then we'll throw a little salt in. There we go, make sure everybody spread out evenly. And by everybody, I mean the onions. We'll let that sit and just give it an occasional stir.
So while the onions are cooking, we're gonna check in with Dominique at CK Gourmet.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of CK Gourmet. I'm your guide to discovering Boston's finest gourmet restaurants. Today I'm here at our first stop, Kingston Station, located in downtown Crossing. Kingston Station is a bistro-style restaurant serving the classic comfort food dishes with a gourmet twist. Let's head inside and check it out. Kingston Station is known for exceptional service and a mouth-watering menu. Perfect after a long day of work or just shopping, the classy yet cozy atmosphere guarantees a unique dining experience.
When you walk in, I feel like you kind of step back in time a little bit, very rustic feeling. I like to call it kind of shabby chic. My inspiration for Kingston Station was I wanted to make a restaurant that would be accessible to everyone in the neighborhood. Students, business people, residents, people on their way to South Station, have food that's smartly priced. Our menu is great. We have really good food at a really good price. Also, our hours are very different. We have late night from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, open till 2 a.m. Our kitchen's open until midnight on those days. And we do lunch, dinner, late night, as well as brunch. So we're kind of an all-hours restaurant. The most popular duo, I would say, is the Station Burger with bacon and sunny-side-up egg and cheese, and that's followed by the truffle fries.
Chef Dana Hart has created one-of-a-kind appetizers, which are great for sharing. The options include everything from braised duck over potato wild mushroom risotto to crispy chicken wings. But we decided today to check out the Station Burger. All right, so let's get this straight. It's a fresh ground beef burger, sunny side up egg and bacon, all in one sandwich. It's a dream come true. Coming for you. Messy, but delicious. If you're looking for a new place to dine on your next date, or just want to treat yourself to a delicious gourmet meal, then satisfy your palate today and dine in here at the Kingston Station. With a great atmosphere, mouth-watering menu, and top-notch service, there's no doubt that you'll get your money's worth here at the Kingston Station. For CK Gourmet, I'm Dominique Banyas.
All right, welcome back. We're here in the kitchen with Tony Carbone, and right now we're making a risotto. So let's go.
All right. Well, our onions are nice and soft, so we're going to add some of our risotto. And this is an arborio rice, and that's actually a town in northern Italy where it comes from. And you want to use the arborio rice because it has a high starch content, which really gives us that nice creamy finish that we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we get all of this rice nice and coated with our butter and onions, and we're gonna let it just toast a little bit just to bring out a little bit of the flavor. And risotto's great to make. It's a peaceful meal if you're making it by yourself at home. And nobody asked me to plug this, but I love listening to ERS all the time, 88.9 as I'm doing my cooking. And I would say probably 70% of the music on my iPod comes from ERS.
Emerson's always of service.
All right, here we go, and we're gonna add our wine now.
Great.
And I want you to really grab the aroma that comes off of this. That's one of my favorite scents is wine when it's cooking. And
oh wow, that smells really great.
doesn't it? It's just that some of my favorite things like that, just making like a red wine stew, and just, I love doing that at my clients' homes because then as I'm cooking and prepping everything else, I can just smell that wine. And
yeah, wow.
so we're gonna let this absorb, and tell this, you want it almost the bottom of the pan to get a little bit dry. Okay, so now it looks pretty good, so we're gonna add some of our stock.
Cool.
And the first edition of the stock, we wanna do about 3 cups. We wanna give it a nice bath, give that risotto a chance to bathe and all of that, and it'll help soften it up. So right now, this is about, I'd say it's a 6-ounce ladle, so we'll do 3 of those, just we won't have to be exactly.
It's about right.
3 cups, yeah.
Cool.
Make
So
sure
how long have you been in the cooking game?
In the cooking game, I've had my business open for a little over a year right now. I've cooked my whole life, and I've worked in radio for 10 years doing the advertising sales. I managed 40 radio stations throughout New England.
Wow.
And I was climbing up that corporate ladder, the suit and tie guy. And I wasn't happy, and I said 15 years from now, I said I could be making $5 million a year, but I'm not going to be happy doing this. And I love to cook. It was my therapy. So I decided to call it quits in the radio game and do what I love for a living. And my wife's like, what are you doing? And I said, she's going to be really pissed that I used that voice too. So make sure you get it in there. And she was like, what do you mean? You know, you're going to quit your job? You know, we just got a place. I said, don't worry, it'll be okay. And she said, it'll be okay. It's not a plan. It'll be okay. We're good. We're good. So, and with her support and help, it's been a great first year. I knew there was going to be peaks and valleys, but it's actually really taken off. And I really have to thank my wife for it because she's been so supportive and so helpful. She does a lot of the Twittering and the Facebooking, and she does marketing professionally. Oh, wow, okay. And this is kind of her little baby, and she does my website, and she rocks. I mean, it's amazing, and so we make a really good team, so.
Awesome. Which
is fantastic.
Yeah. Behind every great man, there's a greater woman.
Yes, there is.
So how long has the Urban Epicurean been open?
We opened in September of 2010.
Wow, so it's very young.
It's
just
very
over
young.
A year.
So we're starting to hit that first stride, and I gave myself realistic goals of saying it's going to probably take 2 years before it's a well-oiled machine. And it's starting to hit a little bit better now.
That's great.
And it's hard because when you look back on things, you don't have anything to compare. Like this summer was a little bit slow. Everybody's out of town.
Right.
And I didn't have anything to compare it to from the year before saying, well, what did I do this year? But now I have historical, so I know next year maybe starting in May, I'll focus my efforts towards marketing towards like Cape Cod and Nantucket. This way, maybe I'll do a little cooking, go to the beach, and so my wife, that'll piss her off too because she'll be like, your job is to go to the Cape and Nantucket for the week. So, which would be
sounds like a dream job to me, yeah. We're going to wait for this to cook. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to be back in the kitchen with Tony Carbone. All right, welcome back. We're in the kitchen with Tony Carbone, and today we're making a risotto. Just putting the finishing touches on it. In total, it's about a 40-minute dish. So what do we have left?
All right, well, those 3 cups of stock absorb them into that rice. You can see it. It's dried up a little bit from that big pool of broth and rice we had.
Right.
And now this is kind of dried out, so you can see, if you can see the bottom of the pan when you're kind of moving around, then you know like it's time to add a little bit more. And you see in there, like that looks pretty dry down there. So I'm going to add another half a cup of stock. And remember, we started with about 6 1/2 of a combination of water and chicken stock. We added the 3 cups for the big bath, and now we're just going to do half a cup at a time, every couple of minutes, maybe every 3 or 4 minutes.
So it's just a slow process of letting it absorb,
yeah,
but a very simple process.
Very simple process, and then we're just going to give it a stir, let it sit, and it's just, you want to keep an eye on it. You can't ignore it. It's like it's like a newborn baby. You got to pay attention to it, and you can't turn your back because bad things happen if you don't pay attention.
Cool. So in about 10 minutes, we're going to have some ready-made risotto.
All right, it's cooked. Now we're just going to check it out. Here, I'll give you a...
Sure, thank you.
Go in there.
Wow, tastes really good. Really creamy. You can taste the broth and the wine.
And it still has a little bit of texture to it.
Yeah.
So we're going to do
Al
now...
dente.
All right, so we got here. Turn the heat off here. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. It still needs a little bit of something.
Cool.
And you can add salt, pepper, whatever your preference is. Right now, I'm not going to add any pepper because I don't have any white pepper. And it's a personal preference. I don't like putting black pepper in risotto Milanese because it's just little black specks hanging out. Now I got a cup of Parmesan cheese here, so we're going to make it even creamier, add some more flavor.
Great.
We're going to mix that up here. This is done. I mean, the only thing left to do is let it eat. And you want to serve it immediately because that, you know, like most foods, it's better hot. And feel free to add more than a cup of Parmesan cheese. And there's no specific rule on that.
Wow. Oh, man. That's really delicious.
See, and there's no better way to say I love you to your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. I mean, you have one pot. If you only have one burner, just heat up some stock in the microwave and keep it in a bowl. Can you imagine that? People in the hallway be like, oh, he's making risotto.
Risotto in the dorm.
Wow. And it sounds impressive. And as we just did, it's not that hard. So
Not hard, a very impressive dish.
Yeah.
Really delicious.
And the best part is even if you make the risotto or you go out to eat and you have some leftovers, is that you can take it a step further and you can make arancini with it.
Which is what we're about to do.
Yep.
But first, we're going to check in with Alex at Green Eats.
Hello to all our Green Eaters. My name is Alex Castillo for College Kitchen Green Eats, and today I am at the SOWA Market. For those of you who haven't been to this outdoor market before, it has a variety of organic farms, a bunch of food stands, there's even a whole food truck area. We're gonna go around, have some good eats, see what this organic thing is all about, and have some fun. Let's go. I'm here with Ali, head chef of Banh Mi. Ali, why don't you tell us a little bit about Banh Mi and kind of what your mission is?
Absolutely. Banh Mi started with a contest just over a year ago, last October, when the city of Boston had their first food truck challenge. And we were one of the winners, and as a result, we've been open for about 6 months now.
So for our vegetarian viewers, what is a dish that you might recommend?
We have 3 main courses, sandwiches, noodle salads, and rice bowls. And if you order, we have three meat options, and one of them is our tofu and shiitake mushrooms. We're actually pretty close to Emerson. Monday through Friday, we are at City Hall Plaza, just steps away from Government Center subway stop.
All right, I'm here at the Cupcakery with the owner, Diane. Diane, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Cupcakery, your inspiration, how you guys started?
Food trucks were popular in all of other cities, so I figured Boston at the time didn't have any, so let's do it. And I love to bake.
Great.
And specifically cakes. They were bigger cakes, but I brought them down in size, and I said, you know, a couple of things I want to do with a business. I want to use locally sourced organic ingredients. Butter is from Vermont, buttermilk from Maine, but all of the fruits that I use in my cupcakes come from local farms. Like, they're not overly decorated, so this is an espresso top chocolate. It has a chocolate covered espresso bean on top. It's flavor, so it's not a lot of sugary stuff on top.
Right.
They're not as maybe colorful, but they sure taste really good.
If you could describe the Cupcakery in 3 words, what would they be?
3 words. Best damn cupcake.
That's what we like to hear. Best damn cupcake, the Cupcakery. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed your trip through the SOWA Market. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off mine with a cupcake from the Cupcakery. For College Kitchen Green Eats, I'm Alex Castillo.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're here with Tony Carbone. We just made a really delicious risotto, and we have some left over, and we're gonna make some arancini. So let's get started.
Okay, arancini, in Italian, it means little oranges. So that's why we're gonna make these little round rice balls, and they're fantastic. It's really great because you can do it one of two ways. And one of two ways is you can go to a restaurant, eat some risotto, and if you have some left over, you bring it home, let it sit overnight and get cold, and then you can make arancini. Or you can make your own risotto as we just did, and you can let it sit in the fridge till the next morning to get cold. This way it's just not this soppy mess. Or if you want to do it more quickly than that, you can lay it out on a tray like this with some parchment paper, lay it out into a thin layer, allow it to cool because, you know, it'll be more separated, and that's kind of self-explanatory. But this is cool. It's like you go out to eat, you come back, it's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm making arancini. Oh, he's making arancini. You know, it's just like nobody has to know you ate it at the restaurant. So I have some chilled risotto here. We have some mozzarella cheese. You can use fontina cheese. You can use provolone. I mean, whatever your favorite cheese is, use it. If you want some peas, throw some peas in there. God bless. We have egg yolk here. And then about half a cup to a cup of breadcrumbs. I have some parsley in there, seasoned it with some salt and pepper.
Great.
Okay, so it's real easy. I find the trick is that if you're doing it at home, you want to do a smaller arancini.
Sure.
Because the big ones, when you're putting them in here, they get flat, and it's not like a deep fryer where they're submerged at the same time in oil. All right, I have half a cup of vegetable oil too. So I'm going to let my pan get a little bit hotter. So what we'll do is we'll roll our balls. So, you know, take a little bit just to
like
feel.
A half handful, okay.
Yeah, half handful. Well, it's just, you know, a little messy, but
it's half the fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so we got our ball here. We're just going to make a nice indention in there.
Poke a little hole.
Poke a little hole.
Cool.
Take a little bit of your mozz. Just push that in there.
Okay.
Cool. And then we're just going to
cover it up.
Seal that in.
Wow.
Here we go. Then a little ball. Got it going there?
Yours is way better than mine, but
this is a lot of practice. I mean, if this was, you know, kindergarten, I failed all these shapes and cutting and stuff like that. So I'm sure my kindergarten teacher would be happy I came a long way. Good. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, it's kind of spherical.
And then we're gonna roll this around in our egg yolk.
Great.
Let's just get it down, and then just gonna let it kind of drip off because we don't want to have like scrambled egg arancini. We want to make sure it's just a nice coating to
just
get our breadcrumbs.
Right. Okay.
And as you do that, I'm just gonna do the half a cup of oil and put it in our pot here, or a pan. Having fun with that?
I love it. This is a dish I was made to make.
There you go. Well, you just want to make that perfect circle.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to roll it around.
Wow. Very simple to make.
Very simple.
Very fun.
And it's different. It's, you know, you have the risotto in there, but then you get that gooey goodness in the center with that cheese. So.
Cool. Well, mine's more of a cube now, but I'm fine with it.
That's all right. We're not grading on shape. We're grading on flavor.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we're gonna finish rolling these rice balls, and we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna be frying up these arancinis. All right, welcome back. We're back in the kitchen with Tony Carbone, and we're gonna fry some arancini.
Okay, so we have our leftover risotto all rolled up. We took it, rolled into the ball, pressed it in, little mozzarella, some egg to coat, and breadcrumbs. Half a cup of oil over a nice medium to high heat. Get the oil nice and hot. If you have a Candy thermometer, again, probably like the Dutch oven, not just hanging around your dorm room. You want to get it to about 375, but you can tell when the oil's hot. Your hand over it, good to go. So let's just start out with a couple, you know.
Yeah.
You want to grab one of those?
Sure.
Just going to place it in here. There we go.
It's so satisfying when you place something to get fried in oil.
You get that nice little
The
sizzle
sizzle,
going.
yeah.
Down around the edges. That heat's going to go right through that risotto and melt that cheese in the middle, and it's going to be some good stuff. Want to be a little gentle because we want to try and keep the shape of that ball.
Oh, wow.
And it's
yeah, look at that. Already
good.
fine, yeah.
Yeah, almost looks like meatballs.
Yeah.
So you can see we got a nice crisp fry on here. So we're gonna get these guys out.
Wow. Yeah, they look really delicious right now. I know you can't smell it at home, but it smells really great. All right, we're gonna fry up some more of these, but first we're gonna check in with Pat and Dan at Man Food.
What's up, guys? I'm Patrick McDonald.
And I'm Dan Hochstein.
Welcome to Man Food. That's right, this is the segment that shows you the manliest food in the city of Boston. And Dan, I don't think there's anything more manly than getting food from a truck and walking down the street while you eat it.
Yeah, that's right. It's pretty primitive and manly to eat food without utensils. That's why today we're in Copley Square, where a lot of
Food trucks
tend to hang out.
So we're gonna go check out a few food trucks, see food that is accessible, affordable, and a walking distance from campus. It could even drive by us on campus when we're there.
That's so crazy.
So let's go get some food.
My name's Patrick Gilmartin. Staff Meal is our food truck. Myself and Adam Gendro, my partner, we have worked together for about 10 years doing a lot of fine dining work, and at some point we just decided to scrap all that and do a lot of the stuff that we enjoy, which is a lot of heavy, fatty, meat-based foods, and that works great when it comes out of a truck.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Okay.
Cassoulet is among the heaviest dishes there is in existence to begin with. Our version of that comes out kind of like a chili dog. We make our own garlic sausage, and then we make the bean stew with duck confit, pork confit, pig skin, and white beans, and then we lay that on top like it's kind of like a chili dog.
Right.
And then sprinkle some garlic breadcrumbs on top of the whole package.
Wow. Oh my God. Oh,
Let's just talk about man food for a second.
look.
If I were to define man food,
This is it.
this is it.
This
This
is
is a sausage with stew on it.
Chinese sausage on a steamed bun. Got some nice rice in there. We got some black bean mayo.
Let's try it out.
Let's go for it. Mmm. Oh my God.
Hot.
Awesome.
I think I died and went to heaven. That's amazing.
Me too. I joined you there.
You know what's really great about getting food from food trucks like this is a relatively inexpensive snack that you can get on the go. And you
Exactly.
can eat this while walking. That's for sure.
This has meat, this has beans, it's crunchy, it's fried, it's crispy, it's terrible for you, it's manly. Whew, I am stuffed, Dan.
I'm happy. I'm happy as a fat cat on a bench.
That's right, and that's what we are. So if you want to go eat a staff meal at any given day, find where they are. You can go to roaminghunger.com. That also gives you the location of any other food truck. Yeah, so check it out. But that's about it for us. I'm Patrick McDonald.
I'm Dan Hochstein.
See you next time on Man Food.
All right, welcome back. We just made some arancini with our leftover risotto. Looks delicious. Let's dig in.
Yeah, dig in, be my guest.
Cool. We cut one open so you could see melted cheese inside. Looks amazing. Here we go. I might be biased because I love anything fried, but this is really delicious. It's crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside. You can taste the cheese. You can taste the mozzarella. This is really delicious.
Yeah, you extend your risotto to a second meal.
Yeah.
Put a little spin on it. And
Really wonderful.
it tastes better too after you put all that work in rolling them.
Yeah,
everything, you get
after
your
the
hands
mess it
dirty a
makes,
little
yeah.
bit.
Really a rewarding dish.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you make that risotto, you put all that work and effort into it, and it pays you back a second time.
Yeah. Wow, well, we did a lot of successful cooking here today. Another special thank you to Tony Carbone, who let us into his home to make these amazing dishes. Thanks to our correspondents. I hope you go check out all the restaurants they went to. I'm Jeremy Sender, and we'll see you next time at College Kitchen.